Hey, these scope sheets, scope of worksheets, or I've heard them called leveling sheets. So any project you have multiple subs and vendors, you got to scope them out with their bids, make sure they got everything. So I created this to help, I guess, fine tune that. One of the things we have, these are the spec sheets for the jobs. Every job's a little different. Basically, copy and paste from the PDF uh, sections, and you can, paste them here. And here I have every CSI division written out, and I'll explain that shortly. And this is the dashboard is the summary. So the way this works is, let's say we have yeah, doors and hardware. Let that work. Masonry. So it creates a tab for the masonry contractor. Under the masonry contractor, we have to select the CSI divisions. If there's no project spec sheet, you can just have your own. Then you would obviously have your items here to check. You write in here whatever you want. You can add more or less of these things, or if it's an actual project that has a spec sheet. Here's the project specs, like I was saying. So then you would select the actual, because some trades would have multiple spec sections, but it's just a better way to organize and check everybody's scope of work. At least that's how I do things. So again, if there's, well, like obviously this was masonry, there's going to be structural steel. There we go, just adds a tab here. We're going to have equipment. We're going to have some HVAC. And it's, each scope sheet is obviously works pretty much the same way. So this is HVAC. And I'm just selecting the headings for this specific project, what the spec numbers are that are involved. Sure. And then I would write in each of the scope items, and then as the bids come in, I obviously just change the name, but then with all different scope items. Now what I would do is I would just say included. That way I know he had it. If they did not have it, I would have to have a value for what item they did not include. And this is capable of going up to 10 companies, but it's kind of rare you go over six. So then you have this is all the different scope items that they included everything, they didn't include stuff. Whatever this is, he didn't include it. This guy didn't include some kind of testing. I don't know. Just throwing this out there. Then you have their base bid. Okay, so this is the for the HVAC contractor. You can change this obviously, but this just uh, gives it the heading for the generic under the dashboard scope items or the dashboard trades. So here's your individual scope, scope sheet for this trade, and dashboard. What it does is it reorganizes the lowest to the highest bid. So the first column will always be selecting all the lowest subs. Second, obviously, is going to be second, third, fourth. So you can see what the spread is for each one of them. And then your individual scope sheets, obviously, like I said, you're checking to make sure these guys got everything, and then adding a value, or maybe even subtracting a value for something they included that they shouldn't have, or they missed something that they should have included. So you have to make sure that they had to, they're this guy's full, I guess, amount for what it would be to get him a contract for all his scope items. And you can do this for, again, for just keep doing it. Just, as many as you want. I mean, the only restriction is you can't have multiple tabs of the same division. It just won't, at least for now, it won't, because it'll just show, it's going to add, the masonry is just going to add the masonry. But this was a quick demonstration of the my scope sheets, what I've created, along with, again, my other videos explain my knowledge in Excel and how to utilize it in various ways, specifically in construction related activities. Lastly, my conversion. This is going from metric to imperial. Um, I have this on here just as a check. So this is going to convert millimeters to metric into the imperial, and it's going to round it to the nearest 32nd. You will not find this on the internet anywhere, because I have created it. That's how I know that. So if I add, whoop, so here we have, as a, so you can see how this works, 5/16, and then you have 3/8. 3/8 is 0.375. 5/16 is 0.3125. Now if we subtract the 32nd, each one of these, whoops, we're going to add a 32nd. Over here, we're going to show this in the decimal form, divided by 25.4. And we're interested in this right here. So so 6.34350 is closer to 5/16 than it is to 3/8. So once it goes up to closer to 0.3437, then it bumps it up to the next 16th, which would be the 3/8. So formula, my my formula converts it in it down to the 32nd, not to a 16th. Again, you won't find this anywhere on the internet. That, that's just a little short video of my scope sheets. Thanks for watching.